Roses are red, violets are blue. 10 out of 10 would get married twice to you. It's not that common for a man to get married twice in a year. In fact, it's even more uncommon for a man to get married twice in a year to the same girl. You know, we got married last July, we bought a new house, sold a house, got a new puppy, started new hobbies, made home improvements. You name it, we pretty much did it all. The only thing that remained constant was you. Kate, you're everything to me. You have been for the past 10 years. I wouldn't want to be here with anybody else. Love you.
For almost a year now, the question people always ask me is, how's married life? My answer is always that nothing has changed. Married life has been like the last 10 years with you. Wonderful, happy, comfortable, filled with laughter, love, exciting, and adventure. Married life has been Saturday morning trips for the good coffee, ice cream DoorDash to our house as a surprise for each other, watching the dogs run like crazies in the new backyard, texts in the middle of the workday just to say hello, and I love you is the last thing said before going to sleep each night. Nothing has changed. I am at my happiest and my best with you. I said I do to our life together last year. I will say it again today, and I would say it again every day for the rest of forever. I love you, and I love being your wife.
You may kiss this beautiful, beautiful Caitlin. Without further ado, let the party begin with Mr. and Mrs. Duffany leading the way.
Just watch me. Just watch me. Just watch me.
I never realized how special it is to have a daughter till I had one. Although I've never told her this, I have learned a lot from Katie over the years. I learned that tea parties in the living room and picnic lunches on the backyard playscape are some of life's simple pleasures. I learned that you've never really been to a dance until you've been to a father-daughter Valentine's Day dance. I learned that talent manifests itself in a variety of ways, and I have developed a sincere appreciation for the performing arts. I am living proof that sometimes you can teach an old dad new tricks, and I have learned the importance of keeping an open mind. The last year has been extremely challenging for all of us, but if I have to find a silver lining in this pandemic, it's that I got to walk Caitlin down the aisle, not once, but twice. You are an amazing person and the world's best daughter, and I love you. When I first met Spencer, he seemed fairly quiet, and I had a really hard time getting a read on him early on. Spencer's smart, he's kind, he's considerate, he has a great sense of humor, he's hardworking, he's a loyal friend, and to top it all off, he still laughs at my dad jokes. Most importantly, he loves Katie and he makes her happy. I really couldn't ask for anything more in a son-in-law.
So a few years ago, I said to the boys, I said, you know what, it's time for us to take a trip to Ireland, and see where we all came from. And I said, okay, this is gonna be a great boys trip, me and the boys. And of course, Caitlin was on, right? So with Caitlin being a part of the family, I said, great. First thing that happens is Colleen says to me, Spencer is gonna propose to Kate. That's why she's going. I said, no way, he's too young, he's not ready. I didn't even think about it again. So Spencer says, don't tell Dad, whatever you do, he'll blow the whole thing. We pull over on the side of the road and we come up to this scene that couldn't have been painted any better by the world famous painter. And Caitlin and Spencer kind of went off to the side with Brandon, and all of a sudden I get a tap on my shoulder, and it's Brandon. And he says, Dad, you might want to pay attention to this. Spencer's proposing to Kate. I have the phone in my hand. It's bobbling back and forth. I try to find the video on my phone. I think I got most of it right. And I turn around, and Spencer's on one knee. And it was just the most incredible thing for a dad. I never held any grudges that he didn't tell me, because honestly, you were absolutely right. Like I said, Kate's been a part of this family, just as John and Laura has said that Spencer's been a part of theirs. I wish from myself and Colleen and all your sisters and brothers the most happiest life for both of you. And I love you.
Throughout our friendship, Caitlin and I have traveled up and down the East Coast. There were trips to Boston, New York City, Ocean City, Washington, D.C., Marco Island, and in reminiscing about each trip, I began to realize something. For one reason or another, I've made Caitlin walk a lot, and probably farther than she would have preferred. But that's the thing about Caitlin. She's always willing to go the extra mile for the one she loves. Today, I live about 2,892 miles away, and I haven't made Caitlin walk that far. But I know if I needed her, she would lace up her sneakers and start walking. Like a close friendship, marriage is a promise to show up for your person in the ways they need. I look forward to witnessing all the distance each of them travel as they both continue to go the extra mile for each other.
Spencer and I go back 14 years now. I met him in 8th grade. Terrible times. All we had was free time to hang out with each other, our friends, play video games. It was awful. It was awful. We had so much free time before our wives and our jobs could enrich our lives so much. What would we do without them? Our homeroom teacher, Balin, told me to show him to his locker, show him around, and just make him feel comfortable. Turns out we got along fairly well. No surprise to our friend group, self-proclaimed alpha of the group, which we deny, but we think it's pretty funny. We let him think what he wants to think. Especially when Kate was the one to ask him to prom in high school. He was that alpha, he didn't even need to ask. But he does take action. Spencer's been there for me when I call him up. All these years, no matter what, from relationships I've had when we were younger, to tech problems I had a week ago with my computer. He's truly the best friend I have. He's enriched my life a lot. From 14 years ago to now was awesome, and I'm ready to be friends for another 14 plus. And best wishes to you and Kate together. I know that she locks you in better than anyone, and I wish you nothing but the best.
All right, so I've known Spencer now for almost 10 years. And my wife and Kate like to joke that Spencer and I will pull a Grace and Frankie at some point. And if you haven't heard of this, it's a series on Netflix where a couple of men in their later years leave their wives for each other and get remarried. When Spencer first asked me to be his best man, he actually mentioned that there'd be 2 best men. And this was pretty unordinary. And like any guy in a bromance, I thought, I'm not in an open bro relationship with Spencer. I thought, like, you know, we were pretty cool. I was blown away by it. Let me get back to the reason we're all here. Kate, she planned this whole thing. Spencer, he literally couldn't take credit for any of this. He said it all day today. Like, this is all Kate. Planned her own wedding twice. It's no wonder you're a great teacher. You have more resilience and patience than I'll ever have. Anyways, you always appear calm, collected, both you guys. You've been such great friends to both Chelsea and I. My daughter is absolutely in love with both of you. Spence, you know, she just lights up. That time we were out at that restaurant the other day and you were tossing her up in the air. It's just, she loves you. Kate, I know you make a wonderful wife and you'll be an amazing mother when the time comes. From taking care of all the kids at school to your 2 loving dogs to the giant kid that you live with at home who grows facial hair. When Spencer puts his mind to something, he goes all in. He doesn't lean on excuses. He throws away all doubts, and he rarely second guesses himself. He knows he's not the type to give up on something. He sees it through as far as he can possibly go. And that's why he'll make a great husband to you. And Kate, I know you display those same qualities towards him. You two have been together since high school. You've experienced many things so far in life and still have so much more coming. I'm grateful to have been a part of this amazing day. I can't wait to see what the future holds for both of you.
I'm the bride's best friend, and we met teaching at Fallberg and became close during her intern year when, for some reason, we volunteered to oversee the 4th and 5th grade drama club. Kate is so much more than just my best friend. She goes above and beyond for everyone around her, like we've heard so many times already. I literally call her my wife. It's how she treats me that makes me so confident in the kind of wife that she is and will continue to be, and the mother she will be, and just how lucky you are, Spencer, to have her. She will always pack your lunch and make sure she's taking whatever she can off your plate if it helps you to be less stressed or makes your life easier, even if it means bringing the amazing dinner she just cooked to you in your office while you scream, "Mike, Mike, Mike, on me, on me." Speaking of that, Spencer is so much more than just my best friend's husband. He's also my husband's boyfriend. We literally refer to him as that in my house. And it's for the same reasons that you're my husband's boyfriend that make me confident in the kind of husband you will be and the kind of dad that you will be. Kate, he will always have your back in Call of Duty or in life and do whatever it takes to protect and support you. We've both heard that team mentality when he's screaming at his video games, and I know he'll be a partner for you in life. I will never worry about if my best friend has the best partner who makes her feel beautiful and loved and safe. The way the two of you treat the people around you and support those you care about is a reflection of the relationship you have together and why we're all so proud to continue to support you in this marriage. So let's toast the Duffanies and celebrate like they've been waiting 10 years for this party.